So I'm judging a schooling show tomorrow and I had to come to get supplies. So I came to the local, that's right, the local Dollar General. And you need black pens for your scribe, and my favorite pen is the Sharpie. So later I'll show you kind of what I need to have packed for a schooling show tomorrow, but most importantly, you need red pens for errors. Good morning, Sam. Look at him. What are you doing? Which? Wow. Good morning, everyone. It is horse show morning. We are about 45 minutes away from the show. Stopping to get our vegan diet lunch because we're, weird about what we eat. And of course, we're getting coffee in downtown Winston-Salem. We go to Camino's Bakery. I have my scribe with me. Georgia's go-to breakfast is pain au chocolat, and she has made a friend. Always dogs of the show. Also, here's the jumping course way over there. The indoor warm-up arena. I love their barn. They have several barns. They have a barn over here as well. And then concessions are over here. I wanted to kind of show you all what I keep in my L graduate kind of, I don't know, my bag. I'm not thinking of a better word this morning. It's cold. So I have my Camino's warm cranberry juice with rooibos tea. Don't I sound cool saying that? I have the pen I bought yesterday, the Sharpie pen. I love this. None of us can go anywhere without lip balm. Temperature's dropping all day, so I have extra hats for me and my scribe, and then I have an extra neck thing because this is covered and it's not going to get any warmer here. And even the vendor who's cooking laughed and said I was going to freeze my butt off. What I love when I get to a horse show, they have the ride times are ready for me. So as we go through the day, we'll check off who's in the ring and who scratches. She's already written down the scratches. And then she's given me the tests. I learned while I was working on my L, you kind of figure out what you like. Some people like to use their own kind of test sheets and grids. I love to use the actual test sheet that my scribe is writing on. It's easier for me. As she's writing, I can kind of look down and see exactly where she is and kind of help with numbers if she gets off. It is rare that we get off. People do get off. It is not the end of the world. No panicking. And then each place we go is really unique. I love it. Welcome to the horse world. We have coffee for now, and then we have wasp killer for in the summer, because I'm sure this thing sits for the longest time. So I like to interview my scribe either in a few minutes before things get going or later in the day, maybe at the lunch break. They've given us a great break for lunch. But before I do that, I'd really like to chit chat with you all. We judge schooling shows. L graduates, USDF L graduates, we judge schooling shows. To become an R, we have to have scores through 4th level. We have to go through the R program, which is really hard to find. Usually you have to do a lot of flying in the air on airplanes to get to wherever you need to go for the small R. I would love to get my small R one day. But for now, we are judging as an L graduate. So we do schooling shows. A small R and anything above that is going to be at a recognized show. And they're going to have a day where they have 13 training level rides, like 8 o'clock, and then they'll have a little break, and then they have maybe 18 second one rides. then they'll have a lunch break, and then they'll have 12 of this and maybe 8 of that. Our day generally is literally jumping around like crazy, so it's a little harder to keep up. Always bear with your judge. But I want to start by saying that, because my next statement is, make sure you come down and talk to your judge. If your horse is a little bit spooky down here at the judge's box, most of us, it's a schooling show, come down here, we'll try to keep your horse calm for you. We're not out to get you thrown off. We don't want you thrown off. We don't want you spooking, and goodness knows we do not want you to have a tense ride. If you don't want to come down here with your horse because you are braced as can be, bring someone down here and let us know what your number is, what your name is, and what test you're riding. Last year we judged the 4-H state championship show. We had 80 rides, I think, and everyone stayed down at A, and no one came up to tell us, and we couldn't see the numbers, and I would yell, and that would make the riders nervous, and I would try to get the ring stewards to tell us that. And so we were constantly trying to figure out which test they were doing. So to make our lives easier and your life easier, have someone come down and tell us who you are and what you're riding. What else kind of irritates us? Oh yeah, don't have your people stand near the judge's box. That's a no-no. If you have somebody that wants to video from the side letters E or B, you're not going to see exactly what I'm seeing from E or B. Your best chance is to video from A, which I'm also now seeing is slightly crooked, which will be fixed before the show starts. Again, why we get here early so we can kind of feel it out. I will judge 5 more times so far this year as on the books. So I'm going to post this video, and in the comments, if you have any questions about what, I don't know, anything with schooling shows, what you all think you need to be prepared for, if you are thinking about scribing, it's the best way to learn what we all see and want to see from C. Any questions you have, really, I'd be happy to answer them as best I possibly can, or direct you to someone who can answer your question. Person running the concessions just came and offered us warm coffee and hot chocolate, which I absolutely love. So this is my scribe Hannah. She's also a student of mine. She showed up to relieve Georgia on this very, very cold day. We are on a lunch break for about 45 minutes, and I'd like to ask Hannah what she likes about being a scribe.
So I get to see the judge's perspective of the dressage ring. I get to see the comments that a judge would make. I get to see the scores that a judge would make. And it really helps me as a rider, seeing friends ride, seeing myself ride, either through videos or mirrors or what have you. It's really helpful getting to know exactly what a judge is thinking and what they would score for a particular test, because the scores are different for different tests. You know, an intro A test has a different score, you know, than a 4th level, you know, if you break gate, or, well, not break gate.
Yeah, like what we expect on frame, yes, for instance, would be higher scored in a lower level versus an upper level.
Yeah.
What would you like competitors to know from a scribe's perspective to make your job a little easier?
Definitely coming up, saying their name, the test they're going to do, their horse's name, waiting until we ring the bell to enter the ring. Generally, that's it. There's not much else that, you know, they could do that would really be beneficial. You know, not coming up and talking while we're, you know, writing stuff down. They don't generally do that, but, you know, just coming up, saying the test, saying their name.
Perfect. Thank you, Hannah. I think you go get warm, go get something to eat. So one thing I'd like to kind of also give as a tip for you competitors out there, the ring is 20 meters wide. I see this a lot with tense horses, young riders that are nervous. They don't make it to the rail. So if you're doing a 20-meter circle and you don't make it all the way to the rail, you kind of make it, you know, you can see some footfalls where people have kind of not quite made it. The score's not going to be quite as high as you'd like it to be because you haven't done the actual movement all the way to the rail. So it's no longer a 20-meter circle, it's now a 15-meter circle. So those are points that you don't want to lose in the ring that you can very easily gain. So when you're practicing at home, practice riding up to the rail, because again, it's all math, and if you shortchange me, I have to shortchange you, kind of thing. We're in the concessions, and they have a veggie burger.
And you get to put
Perfect.
whatever you want.
Thank you so much. This is fantastic. Awesome. So score a veggie burger at TTC Thoroughbred Training Center in Mocksville, North Carolina. Come here, man.
It's really cold though, so I mean,
The burger is not cold. It is just, I'm like, I can't believe that they have vegetarian stuff. I'm thrilled by that. Super nice people. The ring's already been changed. There's been a lot of scratches because a lot of people that usually show are up in the mountain area, and they have a very bad winter weather advisory. Super excited about this burger, so y'all be warm watching this video later. I've got a few more dressage tests later this afternoon, and then I'm going to go home. My husband is putting round bales out as we speak in my personal house. So this is the jumping part of the combined training, and I just want to show you all. One of these competitors had this on its butt. She said I could take a photo of it. It was the cutest little horse in the whole world too. Sorry for my heavy breathing, I'm freezing. Veggie burger, good, right? Yeah. This little thing's
And that was a clear round.
Payne's adorable. We are certainly used to that. So we are one ride away from the end of a very cold day. It is sprinkling now. It is very, very cold. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a little bit. We have one more thing we want to chat with you all about at schooling shows, especially if there is no ring steward. If the ring is empty, go up and ask if the judge will let you go ahead and ride. 9 times out of 10, we don't like just sitting here. We would love to have you in here, but again, I cannot stress enough, tell us who you are and what you're riding. Also, we have seen some tense horses today. It is cold and they're body clipped. You can't see our breath, but we can. Don't stress. We're judging you, but we're not judging you like bully judging. Hannah might be. Work through it. We all have had really bad rides. You don't generally bring a bad horse to a horse show. You bring a horse that you think is completely ready to go, and you have a bad day. Use your time in the ring. Don't feel bad when you leave here. Try. Everyone is having kind of a rough day, very tense horses and some very naughty ponies. But I hope you learned a little bit about what it's like to be a dressage L judge and or a scribe. And again, thank you so much.